Hello everybody, welcome back to Spirituality with Gabriella. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. I do tarot readings. I also do channeled messages from spirits. I connect with spirit guides directly, just as if they are in the same room as us. So today what we're doing is channeled messages for February. This is everything that spirit wants us to know in this month in particular. So please take a moment, ground down, close down your eyes. It's really helpful to do this connection process, and by doing this we are calling in our guides and we are understanding what is pertinent information for us to know at this time. So take a moment, close your eyes. I will do this as well. Take a couple deep breaths in and out, lengthening the spine and imagining a huge golden bubble of light all the way around your body. Relaxing the eyelids, drawing the shoulder blades back and imagining that there was a root going deep down into the core of the earth, connecting you to Mother Earth, Mama Gaia, and as you breathe, just maintaining that huge golden bubble of light all the way around you. We call forth to Great Spirit, all spirit guides, all light beings, our ascended masters, our holy and healed ancestors, our light galactic family. In this session, we command that any imbalanced energies or dark energies are immediately removed from our energy field, sent back to the light. We only allow the lightest and highest vibrations to come in today. We ask Great Spirit what it is that the collective needs to know this time in February 2024. Please guide us in this reading. And just taking a moment to hold gratitude in your heart for all that is to come through. And whenever you feel ready, you can open your eyes. So this is my connection process. If you get a reading with me, you will see I will do this with your own spirit guide team as well. So let's take a moment and I'll see what spirit is sharing. The first thing that is coming through is that spirit is saying at this time we really need to be better about cleansing and purifying our energies. Spirit is identifying that there's a lot of disparate energy on the planet right now. So there's a lot of chaotic energy and there is a lot of dense energy. And so what they're showing me is this huge waterfall, and it's like a cleansing waterfall, and they want us to take it upon ourselves to really cleanse and use water as one of the tools to do that. This is really important for maintaining our light integrity and ensuring that we maintain the purity of our channel. And Spirit is saying that if you truly want to offer yourself up as a hollow channel or a hollow bone, so to speak, you need to cleanse a lot. And so it's going to be very important that you make sure that you do that. And Spirit is also reminding us that at this time, each of us has an individual mission, but that mission is very much connected to the collective. And what they're showing is that right now in February 2024, there's actually a lot of ancestral healing that is taking place. And so you might feel a little bit lower in energy because there is truly so much energy that's moving. You're not just moving your own energy, you're actually moving the energy of your entire lineage. And so with that, there has been destruction and darkness, pain across generations. And Spirit is saying, first of all, thank you for doing this work. But secondly, it's very important to protect yourself at this time because naturally, it's going to be denser things that we're moving through. And also just to recognize that when you are feeling a little bit disconnected from your own healing process, or maybe not so motivated to do it, remember remember that you are actually doing this on behalf of your lineage and your ancestors, and that makes this work truly sacred. Spirit is asking us to continue diving into books. They're saying that right now what's been happening is that humans are so stuck in the noise. And, I can understand this because it happens to me too. Even podcasts or listening to music, that's all great, but it's still technically noise. And Spirit really wants us to get back to some of the core texts that contain philosophical messages that our society really needs in order to move forward. And what they're saying is that, and I've heard this from them before, the earth has a blueprint in the same way that our individual souls do. And so the earth is going to continue repeating these karmic lessons until we take it upon ourselves to change the shifting of the planet. And one of the ways that we can do that is actually going back to the old philosophers, Aristotle, Plato, Socrates. There's another one they're saying I don't know the actual name to, but in any case, they're wanting us to go back to those old texts because they're saying that those were the true ingenious minds. And if we can really study those people, also Leonardo da Vinci, then it's really important that we take their lessons and their learnings and we apply them right now. And they're saying that war, destruction, even governmental upheaval has been a very real theme in many civilizations. They're showing me Greece, and they're showing me Rome, and they're just saying that this has been around for a long time. This is nothing new, so to speak. And we need to study history and philosophy in order to think, well, how can we tackle it differently this time? Because basically the same karmic lessons are continuing to repeat themselves again and again and again. And for some reason, humanity has not quite gotten a grasp on how to fix or resolve these things. And so they ask us first, go back to the ancient teachings and learnings and apply them now, because right now there's too much noise. And even when we think that we're being so smart listening to all of these different books and podcasts and whatnot, we're actually still missing something, is what they're saying. They do want us to know that we are seeing more divine feminine energy coming into leadership roles. And they're not only pointing to things like government or law or teaching even, they're actually pointing to all different types of roles. So they're saying healers included, community activists included, teachers, yes, included as well. But all different roles are holding an equal weight. And so what Spirit is saying is that you might think that those who are government elected officials are the ones who are most in power, but actually what's happening energetically first is that there's a balancing where all different roles are coming into a bit of an equilibrium. We won't see it at the beginning, but Spirit is saying that first it's energetically balancing out, and then later there's actually going to be more of the 3D evidence that this has balanced out. And so what they want us to know is that regardless of what your role or job title is, you are just as important as a government elected official. So use your leadership and your wisdom to create a more high vibrational community. And they are recognizing that with the Aquarian age, there's been more females coming into these leadership roles, but also just the energy of the divine feminine generally. So it's not so much about gender or sexuality, actually, it's just more so about this divine feminine energy, which is an energy of purity, of clarity, of intention and integrity. And they want us to know that at this time that is really rising, and it's beautiful because it's actually like this angelic light and it's healing a lot that has come from the past. And so it's going to take some time for the earth to really cleanse all of this density, and it's going all the way down to the soil and below is what they're saying. But continue to trust and believe in this cleansing, because this is the new earth and this is the golden age, and all of this is possible to come to earth. And they are once again acknowledging, I've heard this many times from them before, that there are so many light beings and so many extraterrestrials which are positive in nature and really want to help humanity at this time. And it's interesting, they're showing me humans' brains expanding like in mass, and they're saying that we are going to be able to first of all, channel more, get deeper intuitive insights. And at this time, a lot of humans, their intuitive gifts and channel are actually being blown open. So it can come as quite a shock, but really Spirit and our divine souls have been preparing for this for a very long time. And they chose this year, specifically 2024 and 2025, to be the years where channels start to blast open. So for some, this can be a little bit disconcerting because they don't quite know what is going on, but Spirit is saying, don't worry, this is all by design. Truly, this is bringing this new telepathic communication to Earth, but it's also enhancing our brain power. And when people channel, different areas of their brain light up than when they're just going about their day-to-day, doing their routine tasks, or even when they're doing intellectual activities. And Spirit wants us to know that there's more light coming to Earth, there's also more light coming to our brains, and that this is going to contribute to more longevity and to more, what they're saying is like firmer DNA that is actually really helpful to humanity, and that it's also going to enhance our memory. And so it's funny because they're showing all these kind of extraterrestrial beings that have the information and the knowledge on how to get humanity there. And they're saying that this information has been dispersed a little bit, but it's actually coming to the Earth in much more fast ways, basically. And they just want us to know that this is most definitely also affecting the children that are coming to Earth at this time. Now, they're saying something about just our community and how we interact with extraterrestrials and also with robots. So this is going to be a little bit of a strange message to decode, but the first thing that they're talking about is robots by design don't have a consciousness. They do have a program. And so if the program is positive, for example, if robots are taught to love or simply to process information, that's fine. However, Spirit is showing some concern about the program that robots are running on and this kind of sensation that perhaps these machines are becoming smarter than humans. And in urgency, Spirit is sending more extraterrestrials to the planet so that humanity doesn't just get taken over. And so what Spirit wants us to know as listeners is that for a long time we've been told that UFOs don't exist, that aliens don't exist, all of these different things, and that's not true at all. They all exist. We are such a small piece of our universe and our galaxy, and Spirit acknowledges that many of us will actually react with fear when extraterrestrials are working with humans. However, this is not something that we should react with fear for because they're actually coming to help us. And Spirit is acknowledging, yes, there are many different types of extraterrestrials, but the ones that are coming to planet Earth right now, the majority of them are light in nature and are really trying to help heal humanity. And so what Spirit is saying is try and be open to this possibility because naturally you kind of are choosing between two very foreign things. One is letting kind of robots take over. The other is letting extraterrestrials come to the planet. So that is what they're communicating today. And they're saying that in your morning meditation, you can even say, I am open to working with my galactic family who is light in nature, or I am open to working with light beings who are extraterrestrial in nature. And Spirit is saying that as long as you use the correct terminology, then you are going to make sure that no dark energies are going to come into your field. And Spirit just wants us to know that there are so many beautiful angels and light beings protecting the planet, and it's creating this like beautiful solar gateway is what they're showing me, where there's different levels or layers to this gateway, and those of us who channel and who do psychic work and who can reach into different dimensions, they can get higher up into the gateway, so to speak. And because of that, they have the ability to connect to these light beings. But what Spirit wants is that more in humanity are able to do this, and so that's why some of the intuitive gifts are being blasted open at this time. Okay, I'm gonna do one last message. They're just talking about schooling. They're saying that schooling is changing tremendously and that the best things that we can do as humans is teach our children how to grow their own food. They're showing me all types of vegetables like kale and celery and things like that, and something like cabbage. And they just want us to know that having clean water and clean food is especially important for humanity right now because it's going to actually preserve the human race and the human genome. And they really don't want us to eat a lot of processed foods because they're saying it's very bad for our organs and it can actually lead to the collapse of organs over time, so that we should be very mindful of that. And more greenery is necessary at this time, not so much processed food. This is something that we know, of course, but Spirit is really wanting us to teach this to our children and to try to integrate this into our school system somehow, be it through education or some type of community service work. And Spirit is saying the earlier you can get to your children in this way, the better, because otherwise, they're going to grow up in a very difficult environment where even their physical body doesn't support them. And this is one of the things that the extraterrestrial beings are coming in to help us with as well, is how to actually purify our organs, because many of us have a lot of gunk in our organs, heavy metals and parasites and all types of toxins. And Spirit is saying if we can purify and cleanse our organs, it's actually going to make us much purer channels